Hi, Cardinals. This is your book for this week. You will be reading the book Cinderello. It is going with our guided reading book of the week, which is Cinderella. So they are very similar. So let's try to think of how these two books are similar when we are reading them. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the title of the book. The title is Cinderello. This is our cover page, which will tell us a little bit more about the book. Okay, so the first thing that I want us to do is think, is this book a fiction book with a character, setting, and plot? Or is it a non-fiction book, which would be an informational book? So which one do you think this book is and why? Okay, think about the why. So the next thing we're going to do, and this is the focus question, this is the question that we're going to keep in our minds, that we're going to focus on when we are reading. And that question is, how is this story the same as the fairy tale Cinderella? How is this story the same? How is it different? So I want you to keep that in your head because later on this week we're going to be working with this question. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is I want you to look here in words to know. So these are our words to know from the book. So the first word to know is the word chore. So if we go to the back of our book, to our glossary, we will find the definition of the word chore. We see that it is a noun because it has the N. And the definition for chore are small jobs or tasks that must be done regularly. Small jobs or tasks that must be done regularly. So the first thing you need to do is think, what is a chore that I do in my house? For example, I have the chore of making my bed every day. That is my chore, that is my small job that I do every day in my house. Okay? The next word to know is the word national. That word right here, we pronounce that word national. And if we go to our glossary, we see that it is not a noun, it is not a verb, it is actually an adjective. Okay? An adjective, remember, is a word that describes a noun. And the glossary has our definition here, and it says across or relating to an entire country or nation. So we have our national holidays, for example. These are holidays that we only have in Brazil. That's called a national holiday. If we had an international holiday, it would be celebrated by more than one place. But national holidays are holidays that are only celebrated in the nation of Brazil. So that's why they're called national holidays, as an example. Our next word is the word pitch. That's this word right here, pitch. So let's go back to our glossary. Let's look up our word. We see that it is a verb, and it says to throw a ball to a batter in a game of baseball or softball. So the act of pitching, the verb, is to do this. Ooh, that would be to pitch, to throw a ball, okay? And the next word to know is the word spatula, okay? We use a spatula to cook. So let's take a look at our glossary again. The word spatula, and it says a long-handled kitchen tool with a wide, flat surface that is used to mix spread or lift things. Okay, so we use a spatula to make eggs, for example. Can you think of something else that we use a spatula for? Okay, try to think in your brain. What could I use a spatula to cook? And our second to last word is the word tryout. Okay, is the word tryout. And if we go here, we see that we have the word tryout, and we see that it is a noun. And that is an event where activities are used to test how good people are in athletics or performing. So for example, if we were to have a singing contest at school, we would maybe have tryouts to see how good our singers were to be in a competition. So we would have singing tryouts. If we wanted to start a soccer team, for example, we could have soccer tryouts to test everyone to see who are the best players. Okay, and our last word to know is the word uniform. That word, we can look in our glossary in the back. It is a noun, and it says matching clothing worn by members of a group. For example, you wear a uniform to school. I do not wear a uniform to school, but your uniform is the same every day. You wear a school uniform. So what you're going to do is you're going to read this book, okay? Take a look for our words to know when you are reading. If you are reading with a partner, follow along with your fingers. Make sure that you pay attention to the words to know and to the punctuation. If we have an exclamation point, remember that you need to say that word with emotion, okay? If we have a question, you need to say it as a question, all right? Once you are finished reading, this is what you will be doing next. So you are going to create a Venn diagram. And you have two people here. You have the person Mateo and you have the person Guapo. So what you're going to do, these are two characters from the book. You are going to compare them, say what is different about them, and in the middle here, say what is alike about them. On the next page, you have a bunch of sentences here. What you need to do is you need to read the sentences and you need to circle the regular nouns and the possessive nouns. So I will explain to you what a regular noun is again and what a possessive noun is. So a regular noun, remember, is a person, a place, or a thing. A possessive noun would show possession. It would show that something belongs to you. So if I have the two nouns, I'll give you an example. Mom's house. So this is a noun. It is a thing. It is a house. Here is a noun. The word mom. It is a person. And then we see this little mark right here called an apostrophe. And we see this S here. When we have an apostrophe, which is this little mark right here, and an S, it shows us that that is a possessive noun, which means that the house belongs to this mom right here. That's why we have mom's apostrophe S house. That shows us that this house belongs to this mom. If I had the word Miss Garcia's class, then I have two nouns in this sentence. I have my noun here, which is class, which is a thing. I also have a name, which is Miss Garcia. That is a noun as well. That is a person. And we also have that apostrophe again, which is right here. And we have the S again, which is right here, which shows us that the class belongs to Miss Garcia. Okay? These are examples of regular nouns and possessive nouns. Okay? So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to read these sentences and you're going to circle all of the nouns and the possessive nouns that you find in these sentences. Okay, so again, you're going to read the story first. Make sure you follow along with your finger when you are reading. You look for the words to know. Then you will complete this Venn diagram of Mateo and Guapo, the things that are different, the things that are alike. And finally, on this page, you will read these sentences and circle all of the nouns and possessive nouns, okay? If you need help, you may watch this video again. You may also ask me, or you may ask a partner from your group, okay? Good luck.